5 EastEnders teases for next week, traumatized Yolande and Lexi argue with Jay and Nadine. In addition, Lauren has a warning for Whitney, Billy experiences a delay on marathon day, and Dean maintains his innocence. Some readers might find the discussion of sexual assault in this article upsetting. Honey Mitchell and Jay Brown's marathon day finally arrives, but Jay is soon distracted by worries about his stepdaughters, Lexi Pierce and Nadine Keller. Yolande Truman is more traumatized in the meantime as her attacker, Pastor Clayton, continues to abuse her, and her unaware other half, Patrick Truman, tries to be romantic. Lauren Branning issues a strong ultimatum to her reclusive best friend Whitney Dean, while Dean Wicks makes an effort to persuade Jade Massoud, his daughter, of his innocence. Next week's 5 EastEnders spoilers. 1. Jay Brown and Honey Mitchell run the London Marathon in Lola Pierce Brown's honor. The London Marathon is approaching, and the square is a hive of activity. However, Honey convinces Jay to change his mind after Nadine's shocking revelation about her pregnancy. Billy has to drive Whitney, Brittany Wainwright, and Zach Hudson to A&E, which causes him to be late for the starting line. Billy eventually shows up to help partner Honey, but his misfortune doesn't end there. What happens to Billy as Phil Mitchell and Lexi march toward the finish line? Will he be present for Jay and Honey? Speaking about running the marathon as both herself and as Honey to RadioTimes.com and other journalists, Barton broke down the plot's mechanics as follows: "I'm going to treat it as a live episode. There are 3 scenes, so we really need to make sure that we all collaborate as well as we can. Thankfully, one obstacle we've overcome is that Jamie and I aren't talking as Honey and Jay when we're running. It is a massive thing for us, because we're actors, not athletes, and it is really, really tough and time-consuming, and you just want to be the best you can possibly be." 2. Yolande Truman's actions confound concerns Patrick Truman. Yolande struggles as a result of Pastor Clayton's abuse, and when she recommends skipping church for the time being, Patrick and the pastor stress that she must keep up her religious practice. However, Yolande is filled with anxiety over the upcoming prayer gathering and becomes even more uncomfortable when Pastor Clayton keeps invading her personal space. When she gets home, Patrick has planned a romantic evening for them. However, Yolande feels triggered by his advances and quickly leaves, leaving Patrick perplexed. Yolande's pastor attacked her, but Patrick doesn't know about it. Will she be able to talk to him about her experience? Hourglass and the End Violence Against Women Coalition are partners with EastEnders. There is also a helpline for Hourglass at 0808-808-8141. If you're in need of assistance, go to the Rape Crisis website or give them a call at 0808-500-2222, which is their 24/7 helpline. 3. As Lexi Pierce speaks out, Nadine Keller feels bad about Jay Brown. After receiving some food for thought on his predicament, Jay invites Nadine to the apartment. However, as Jay wonders if he is actually the baby's father, a fight starts. Nadine discloses that she is expecting a girl while maintaining that the child is his. After winning her over, Jay offers Nadine money and pledges to support her and their child. The next day, Nadine apologizes to Jay, Callum Highway, and Honey for making Lexi angry regarding her pregnancy. However, Nadine feels so guilty when she realizes how much Jay values becoming a father. Jay buys Lexi and Nadine lunch in the Vic as the week goes on, hoping to further their relationship. Lexi, though, is unable to control herself, and it soon becomes apparent that a gulf is developing between her and Jay. Is everything with Nadine as it seems? And what is Lexi's opinion? 4. Whitney Dean's ultimatum from Lauren Branning. After visiting the hospital following Brittany's bike accident, Zach and Whitney are taken aback to learn that the teenager suffers from type 2 Usher syndrome. When the doctor informs them that the disease would result in hearing and vision difficulties, they are distraught. Brittany is deaf and uses a hearing aid, as viewers witnessed at her EastEnders debut. When Whitney finds out more about Brittany's illness, she becomes distraught, and Zach concerns that Whitney, who is quite pregnant, may be unable to handle the stress. Later, the pair sends Brittany to Walford High for her first day of classes. Whitney lies to Zach about having previously registered the child with the local doctor and informed them of Brittany's health, thinking that the truth about her arrangement with Brittany's mother Keely Wainwright would surface. Whit is compelled to drag Keely to the doctor in order to register Brittany after attempting to persuade Sonia Fowler to forego the checks required. Later, Brittany's school phones Whit to let her know that her teen's hearing aids aren't working, and Whit forgets to take a scan. This results in another argument with Zach, but Lauren threatens to tell Whitney everything at Sonia's dinner party if Whitney doesn't inform Zach. Whitney begs for additional time, but Lauren is adamant about her ultimatum. Zach hears the women at the Minute Mart having a heated conversation, and he presses for clarification. Whit hides, and Lauren is furious again. Whitney, however, defies Zach's advice and confronts the bully when she and Brittany find her following a run-in with some bullies. When Brittany is made fun of for Whit's intervention, Whitney exacerbates the issue. But how long can Whitney maintain her secret? Visit Cure Usher for information and assistance if you or someone you know has Usher syndrome. 5. Malevolence. Dean Wicks communicates with Jade Massoud. Dean writes Jade a letter requesting a visit to his prison cell. Dean is being held for the death of Danny Walters' character Keanu Taylor after being set up by the Six. With support from her mother Jean Slater, Stacy Slater persuades Jade not to go, and together they plan a farewell party for Jade at the Vic. Jade receives some food for thought from Avani Nandrahart, and thereafter we witness Dean arguing his innocence in jail. Will he be able to convince Jade that he didn't change her medication or murder Keanu? A star of EastEnders posts a wish she was on the program 10 years ago, and now she is. Star of EastEnders Claire Norris expressed gratitude for her part in the serial opera, which she manifested 3 years prior to joining. The actor, who has been starring in the popular soap opera Bernie Taylor since 2017, posted a screenshot of herself expressing her wish to be cast in the show in 2014. "Who'd have thought that 3 years later I'd be cast as Bernadette Taylor," she said on Instagram, documenting the incident. "Still saying the same thing 10 years later," she continued. "Over the past 2 weeks, everyone has been amazing." Her on-screen mother Karen Taylor reappeared in February of this year, demanding explanations, but she later left again for Spain. Since her family moved out, Bernie has struggled to pay her electricity bills and buy food, which has worried viewers of the BBC soap opera. This is in stark contrast to Claire, who recently bought a luxurious pad with partner Lewis Wood. She also posted images of 2 adorable personalized keychains that had the names, address number, and move-in date of the couple printed on them. Congratulations were written by Harriet Thorpe and James,
Bye,
who are better known as Elaine Peacock and Martin Fowler, respectively. Meanwhile, a sequence of love and a champagne bottle emojis were posted by Navin Chowdhury, who portrays the evil Nish Panesar. In recent scenes from EastEnders, Bernie was distraught to learn that her brother Keanu was the body beneath the cafe. On Christmas Day, Linda Carter fatally stabbed Keanu, and the remaining members of the Six assisted in burying his body. The floor of the diner fell in more recent scenes, and unfortunate Bernie was the one who discovered the body. Sparks fly in Emmerdale's fresh romance narrative for Sarah Sugden. With her grand's tumultuous marriage, Mac's kidnapper's murder, and her best friend sleeping with her stepdad's baby, Sarah Sugden has not had an easy year. However, good things come to those who wait, and for young Dingle in Emmerdale, everything appears to be going well. She first secures employment when Kane hires her to replace her mother as the newest mechanic for the Dingle household. She's not too thrilled about this one because she didn't think she would end up greasy mending automobiles. She is forced to lift her share of the weight in the garage by Kane, though. She expresses her frustration clearly, but as she knows she can't argue with Kane, she puts up and keeps quiet. It might just pay off when she discovers that there are benefits to the job her grumps has made her play. One such benefit is when a dashing customer brings in his automobile so she can work on it. Not too bad, however, while Sarah becomes at ease making flirtatious comments to the clients, someone else feels extremely uncomfortable. Mac is less excited to see her trying something new, but her grandmother Charity is happy to see it. He worries that his position inside the family business may soon be threatened. Will he subtly undermine Sarah's attempts to keep his job? Please subscribe our channel.